Oh, grand rising, everybody. Those of you that are tuning in today. Gonna get my camera situated so I can read your comments. Make sure my phone is charging. Okay. So today I'm ready to work and create. We're going to be working with hematite, super shiny, silver metallic, rich in iron. Great for energy flow, can be magnetized to kind of project its own energy, if you will, like a radiant energy. We're working with mahogany obsidian. What makes it so mahogany colored is the rich iron content found in the obsidian, which is like a tektite glass, volcanic glass, like a dragon's breath glass. Speaking of dragon breath, we're going to be working with dragon blood jasper. Dragon blood jasper today is definitely very grounding, good for the blood, good for the bones, and good at promoting circulation for the body. So a combination of all of this combined is going to create an energy flow room for the transformation of the body as it's integrating its spiritual and divine upgrades. So this is a custom creation for a brother, a friend, my old boss. He's been awakened to some things and is learning and learning, and it's fun to kind of see the progression. Um, so I'm so blessed that I get to create something so unique and beautiful for him. So today we're gonna do a bracelet similar to mine. Oh, I'm not wearing mine today. I suppose I should go grab it real quick. Okay, so queso, love cheese. So the bracelet we're going to be working on will be similar to this one. So we're also going to add a little bit of red garnet to the mix because he just loved the way this sparkled. So I'm going to make sure that when we get to my bracelet and the pattern that I'm going to do for him for the energy flow, we're going to add that red garnet sparkle in addition to the hematite, dragon's blood jasper, and mahogany obsidian. So this is what we are working with. And this is my personal one that I made for myself. And I just love it. My body loves it. It's helping me with so much healing within my body. It's helping me get the blood flow and circulation going in my body to remove my varicose veins. It's just amazing. So that's what we're going to be working on today. So let's get started. Okay. So we are going to work with the center base wire is going to be a little shorter because I don't need as much. And we need, and I'm using square wire, 21 gauge square wire today. And then when we do this woven lace around it, we're going to use 20 gauge round with a 26 gauge thread. So this one will be the core of our bracelet that holds all the beads together. And then structurally, all of it will be pretty sound. So I've been wearing this every day, and it's friggin' bulletproof almost. The only thing that, with wires is if it catches on hooks on something, might cause damage because of the copper. But I've bumped and I've rubbed and done all sorts of things on them, and these bracelets are really good. So I love them. And my bracelet creations, because there's so much time that goes into them, I like them to be a perfect fit for people, and I like tuning them for people's frequencies also. So it's actually super cool to do bracelets. Working with my children at doing just like your stretch bracelets so I can populate my store with just small simple things. So that is going to be our summer project this year, is they're going to be helping me make just small kinds of jewelry that we can put together to populate my store with a variety of things. High quality beads. That's what I prefer. I found a bead vendor out here that can get what I need, so a project this year is a bunch of that. This summer also, I'm going to be, hopefully, based on divine guidance, and mind you, I kind of do things based on what my oversoul's guiding me to do. And right now, it's telling me just to work with what I got. So I'm not making any investments right now, which is wise because of what's been happening and everything. The influx, the fear porn that's happening, like so much happening. And so my oversoul is just guiding me to work with what I got because I got plenty of supplies. Now I'm sure I need more silver. Getting limited. I have lots of square wire, but I need round wire. And I'm almost tapping into my other spool of silver thread. But that's for a later day. So I've got, I only needed 3 of those because I already have my base. Anyway, so we've got these ones today. We're going to pick our pattern. And we're going to kind of see what we want to do here. Okay, so this is my core base wire for the bracelet we're doing. And I need my red garnet. Baby girl, can you scooch over a little bit? I need to put this stuff right there. Move your pillow. Perfect. I need my red garnet beads. Where are they? Right here. Okay. We're going to be doing red garnet with this bracelet. Got the sparkle he was wanting in there. Okay. So, I'm going to start with the middle. I'm going to get my general size on there. So, I like to work in 3s. So, I'm going to start with 3 in the middle. And I'm kind of mocking up my bead pattern because I'm doing about a 5-inch cuff. So it'll be a cuff like this, about 5 inches, and then I'll have a chain link on the back. And this allows me to get a virtual fit that can work for anybody. So just a standard template for these these, I call them the copper coil bracelets, so your tensor coil bracelets. So the whole process of them is twisting and coiling. So that's kind of the energy flow with it, is like a tensor coil. So, and I like the way it works for me. It's just, it feels so good. It's been helping a lot in the process of me healing my varicose veins. Get my body back on track and healed. So tell you what, people that had everything, all the money in the world, the very thing that they say on their deathbed is, I wish I had spent more time on my health. I wish I had more time to live and enjoy what I did. So I'm just going to do it now. That's my philosophy. I don't want to get to that point where I wish I would have done a lot of things. I'm just going to do those things now. I think health and wellness is so important to focus on, because what's living this life, if you feel like crap all the time, if you're stressed, anxious, sick, tired, depressed, it's important that your quality of life is on the forefront of your focus. What do you have to do to be present now and healing? Okay, so that is our pattern design. So we've got garnet with mahogany, obsidian, dragon's blood, jasper, and hematite on the back there. This is a manly man's bracelet. So we're going to approximate. Could probably add some more on there. So we're going to do about 5 inches of beads, and then I'm going to weave it all together. Okay, so we've got 3 of those. We need to add about another inch of beads. Should I do more? We're going to do more dragon's blood. So we're going to take these hematite off. And we're going to put this on. Get some more red. Now let's put our hematite back on. Okay. Bump, bump. Okay. Yep. I actually think it's probably good enough. Yeah, 11. No. So we got 3. Yeah, we should go 9. Okay. Ooh, I do like that bead though. Okay. That was so cool. Okay. So let's pick the coolest ones. I like those 2. Okay. So we are going to do those blood red ones are so cool. Okay. Now we're going to do the hematite. Let's stick with the original 9 that I had chosen. Always go with your first impression, right? I tend to overthink things. Yeah, that's a good one. Because that's the same amount of beads I have for mine. So this is what we got here. Okay. Alrighty. So now we're going to get to linking. So this original core, to get the bracelet started with my coil weaves, it's fairly simple. It takes not a lot of time, but getting it started is its own, obviously, journey. So this is what we got here. So that's my pattern. 3 garnets. I got these 3, some mahogany, dragon's blood, jasper, and hematite. And we're going to put all these together. So that is our mock-up design. I'm going to set all these right here. Okay, and we're going to start our weave process. So I did these ones longer because they're going to get folded in half. So what we're going to do to get started, give myself some tail to work with. So we're going to just take this half round here and we're going to wrap it around. Okay. I like using these pliers the best. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Did not center that one very good. Hopefully I got enough there. Yeah, I don't like that. We're gonna try that again. I don't like that. Good thing I cut an extra, huh? Perfect. Alrighty. So the middle, let's just mark the middle of all of them. Okay. So the middle is right there. We are going to mark all of them by just making a bend. Okay. So that's our middle. Okay. Again, we're going to start with our little tail at the end here. So we're going to take this, we're going to wrap it around again. Perfect. Okay. So now, take our wires, we're going to squish them together. Okay. So that's much better. Okay. Straighten this side out. Perfect. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to put our next one on to get this one started. Let's make sure they match first. Okay, we have done it. So I've got my base wires set up here. Got my coils ready to go. So now we need to start our process. So we're going to straighten all these wires out as best I can to kind of keep things organized. Okay, so the secret to doing these kind of weaves and twists, if you will, is to follow your patterns. Okay, stick to your consistent pattern because then everything lines up perfectly. So as you can see, this is what we've done. We've added 3 square wire to the base square wire, and we're going to start with a little bit of a weave here going into the beads. So this was my first prototype, and I wish I would have done a little weave instead of a coil right at the edge of my beads here. So we're going to go into this pattern flow, but we're going to do the edge of your bracelet a little differently. So this is my original prototype. This is how I am revising it. Okay. So I like to go down underneath, then come around and over, and then loop like that. Boom. And then, because we're keeping it in a helix flow, I'm going to go over my base wire and bring this one around. Okay, so what this does is it creates a helix flow as it coils for your bracelet. So in the metaphysics, this pattern amplifies energy. So we're going to come around here again. And we're going to float straight out. Then we're going to cross back over like so. Bring it straight out. Bring this one over underneath. Okay. And we're going to fold that over. Repeat this one more time. So 3 is our sequence. So 1. Okay. There's 2. Let's bring this one over. 3. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. I'm gonna crimp our pattern down. Tighten the weave up a little bit. Okay. Shift that one down. Squished in on me. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So now, this one is going to go around and up. So we have got our pattern here now for our base. We'll end up hammering it at the end to get it to line up properly. Okay. You can see the flow of that. And that's the pattern we're going to use, but we're going to put bead in between. So as I showed you before with my pattern at the beginning, we're going to start with a hematite, like so. So we're going to butt that one up, and then we are going to continue our flow here. Okay. Now, again, I got to keep my pattern parallel to this that I'm working with here. So it's important that I make sure that I stretch it correctly. Okay. All right. So you can see how I slide that inward. Okay, so it lays on top. I'm going to slide this one inward so it lays just behind. And what this does is it helps lock it in. So we're going to bring this around up here. Okay. Now you can see the pattern, how that flows. Okay. We're going to bring this one in and back around. Okay. Like that. Okay. Straighten your wires. So you can see how that first bead link starts. Just like that. We're creating a tensor coil. Okay, so the next one was mahogany obsidian. Okay, actually, before I continue, we should squish these down. Okay, and then we're going to crimp this together. Okay, like that. Just gently, not very tight. I'm not smashing it, just gently. It just gets it to lay flush, flat. Okay, so the next one I'm working with is this one, mahogany, or the dragon's blood jasper. Okay. Okay. So that. That. Should have done that one a little tighter. That's okay. Okay, so there's the next one. Take these apart. Okay. Okay. Okay, and then we did red garnet next. So 3 red garnet. I don't think I cut enough wire off. That's okay. We'll do a break around the middle. Do something a little different. Okay. So we got that one. Okay. From this one around. Right here. Okay. Oops, hit my camera. As you can see, that's my pattern. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to do one more red garnet here. So like so. And my man. Man. Yeah, I certainly did not cut enough wire off. Okay, so that's our middle. Gotta think about this now. How do I want to do this? Should I do one more garnet? Yeah. Let me just ponder on that for a second. Did not cut enough wire. Yeah. And when I was thinking folding in half, the length I measured, it should have been double that. It would have been perfect. But that's okay. Okay. So straighten this out. Let's see how much length I got. Okay. Straighten this out. Okay. Going with the flow. Going with the flow. So beautiful. Just the way that sparkles. Those garnets. Love it. Hi, Tim.
Dad, when are we gonna pack?
Yeah, so this is my closure. I'll show you. Thanks for chatting on there. If it'll. So as you can see, I just wrapped it. And again, this was my prototype, my very first one. That's how I wrapped it basically for that. And then I added this little dangle clasp here. And the idea is that if I were to catch this and rip my bracelet off, for instance, it would break this rather than damaging the whole bracelet. So that's the idea of having this little dangle end here. But you can see I just linked it the same way on both ends and then made my own custom clasp. It's really simple. But that's the design. So when it comes together, just put my bracelet in, and that little swivel essentially makes it easy to line up and insert like that. And then because it's copper, it's kind of malleable, so you just kind of like, yeah, like that. So this is, again, my prototype design. It's kind of rough. Still looks pretty though. I mean, it's still pretty. But this design here is the one that's kind of been revised. So you can see how I started my flow. But I haven't done one of these in a minute, so I forgot my length of measurement, so I didn't cut enough wire. So we're gonna work with what we got, because I'm working in flow. So after this core base is done, we're gonna do another coil around it, and that will be this. So we're gonna rewrap it again with this, so it'll hide, cover a lot of any blemishes, and in case I make mistakes, because I'm only human. And I'm still learning my own craft, if you will. But I don't measure anything, I don't sketch anything, I don't draw anything out. I see the flow of how the wires need to go, and then I make it work. So it's all divine in a way. It's all inspiration, it's all feel, it's just all of that. Okay, so as you can see, my flow comes in on both sides and matches, allows the beads to touch the skin, and allows it to be, presentable. So we can, the cool thing about these is we can adjust them slightly so they line up properly. Okay, so we're just going to do the one more. We'll take the blunt of my mishap off center, put it off to the side, and then we'll try to be secretive about it. Not that anyone's going to notice, right? Only the artist is going to notice the flaws and the blemishes. Okay, so now we have to invert it. So we got my 3 garnets. So now we need to invert it. We're going to be doing mahogany obsidian. So it matches. So mahogany, then dragon's blood jasper, and then hematite. And I like putting the hematite towards this part of the wrist for the energy of it. Because that's like a vital area. Lots of energy is going through there. Okay, so we've got one more. And I think what's going to have to happen is I'm going to have to trim these off as we go. So I'm going to take that, because then I'm going to have to attach another wire. Okay, so take that loop, and then we're going to fold it around like so. Hold that in. We're going to come up and around here. See how I'm going to hide that little cutaway there. See how I'm kind of hiding that away with this bend. Okay. Same thing. Bring my pliers around. Then we're going to trim off that little tail. Okay. And then take that little tail, fold it in, just like so. Okay. So that's the end of that one. Then we're going to take this, just repeat that pattern there. Okay. peel off. Roll that end in there. Okay. So now we're going to take this one, fold that one around. Okay.
Wait, is she gonna pick Addison up?
Yeah, her and Addison are gonna have a granddaughter and grandma day. And after I make my creation, we are gonna go get.
They can't go camping.
No, Gma's not gonna go camping with us, but we need to go to the grocery store so we can get the rest of our camping supplies. And by camping supplies, I mean we forgot the s'mores. That's the most important part. Got everything else, but we forgot to get s'mores. Stuff for s'mores. Okay. So today, after I do a project, because I have to work obviously, but today, so you can see how that kind of tucked in. So now it's going to be tricky because I need to add another section that lines up with this. So this is where the craftsmanship comes in so that it lines up appropriately. But today we're going to be getting ready to go camping. We're going to go to my favorite little oasis we found. It's called Maple Grove. And what's so special about this place is it's quiet and it's tranquil, and the campsite and the hot springs are right alongside a river bend. And it's a very still water river bend, so it's just smooth flowing. You see lots of fish jumping and wildlife going. But the hot springs are very lithium rich. Very lithium rich. And it was actually pretty shocking how therapeutic those waters were. Now, the hot springs from the earth come up at like 120 degrees, but the pools themselves sit at about like 102. So not too hot, not too warm, the way I like it, the way my kids like it. But yeah, it's just such the greatest little place. So we're going to be camping there for the first time, just to kind of have that full overnight experience. We're supposed to have a starry night, which is amazing. That's what I'm looking forward to, is seeing the stars, because it's pretty rural where it's at. Okay. Okay, so we're going to straighten out those kinks that I had. Okay. So I had a little, I didn't set this one right at the beginning of the video, so you can see it's kind of marred there. So we're going to hope that this lines up around a bend. But other than that, yeah, this is where we go in. Okay. So I need to put on 2 more beads and a tail. So I need to put it about right there. Okay. Center that. Alrighty. So I need to invert my flow as I started. So we're going to come around this way instead. Because that wire is really long. Gotta adjust it here. Okay. So funny. So when I was cutting my wires, my thinking, this length of wire here, I should have folded in half, so twice length. That's why I made my mistake. Wasn't thinking that far ahead. So we're gonna do my best to line it up a little differently. I have my clever ways. Okay. So feel. Okay. So I got two more there. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna add more wire. Yeah, you're right. It's not too big of a deal, especially because my goals this year is to get more into the smithing. And so all of my scrap is going to be smelted down into some of the material I need. So I'm going to need to get a roller. I'm going to need to get, a few other things. And so it's, yeah. So saving all my scrap because that's going to be the start of me forging my own custom stuff. Use up all my supplies. Because silver is silver is silver. It doesn't matter which way it's been cut, filleted, diced, rolled, chopped. Silver is silver. I don't like those ones. Okay. For this. Okay. Like so. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, when you're doing these weaves, having a lot of wires kind of a nuisance to work with. But I should have done it before. Lesson learned. So my next bracelet I do, I won't run into this again. I'll tell you what. I won't run into that again. Okay. 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 Yeah. Tighten that down. Okay. All right, so I'm pretty positive. Yeah, that's the way it started. So I have to invert that. Okay. So basically what that means is that, so I need to approximate my length. It's about like that. Okay. I try to keep my base wire straight because I can actually slide these forward and back if I needed to. See what I'm saying? Okay, so I went under and then over my base on this side, and I went over and then under here. So basically what we're doing is we're going to invert it to keep the flow direction the same. So we went under and then, oh no, we went, yeah, went over this way because we're doing it opposite. Okay, and then we went this way. Okay. And this one. Yeah. Barbed wire bracelets. That's so cool. So, and you said, so is it you? No, there was someone else saying they did a lot of chain linking. Because that's what kind of a direction I want to go, is that steampunk, like, chain link. Oh, I think it went the other way. Yeah. Yeah. Such a nuisance. Such a nuisance. The weight of this is so funny. Okay. You know what? I just realized I didn't put my beads on. Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah, this is going to be so funny. Love my creation, guys. Like getting into my pattern, in my zone. I'm just like, oh, wait, there's supposed to be beads on here. That is so funny. So this is probably going to be a blooper show today. Uh, right, Eleanor? What do we say? It's okay. Oh, that is so funny. Okay. This is how it goes. Sometimes. So I watch some potters that do like pottery stuff, and they'll do like amazing stuff, and then all of a sudden it collapses. This is what I feel like right now. I'm just like, bad. Okay. It's meant to happen this way. So annoying. Okay. So annoying. So annoying. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay. Okay, so I need this one. And then I need this one. Okay, so those got to be on the finish. Then we're going to add a weave here. So silly. So silly. Okay, so we're going to see if I can set these back on there. So I'm going to have to straighten all these wires out again. That's so funny. Yeah, apparently I'm a noob. Apparently I'm a noob. That's okay. What does Bob Ross say? There are no accidents. Or we don't make mistakes, we just have happy accidents. Yeah. Okay. Straighten that one out. Go with the square. Okay. So it goes in like this. bracelet in so long. And the last ones I do are like woven ones like this. So these are the typical bracelets I like to do. Stuff like this. Oh, that's Gma. So as you can see. Yeah. So these are what I like to do for bracelets usually, woven ones. I hear you. I'm on a live stream. Okay. I have to calm my little one down because she just doesn't understand when Gma takes my daughter. But Gma also takes her. So funny. Okay. 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 Perfect. Let's try this again.
Yeah, we gotta set everything up.
We do gotta set everything up.
That was like a giant spider.
It does look like a giant spider, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a gap there, gap there, about like that. Okay. So silly. So silly. Okay. Let's hold these three together. I'm gonna merge these together. Straighten this out. Perfect. Okay. So put a gap, and a little closer. Okay. One of my next big tool investments is going to be a tabletop anvil and vise. I'm super excited for that because, oh, not that one yet. This one first. Because this bracelet making would be so much easier having it anchored to a table instead of having to fight with this by hand. Well, it is what it is. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Take this one down and around.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Eleanor.
I never tasted coconut before.
You never tasted coconut before? That's Gma's favorite. Gma loves coconut. You know that? Gma's special cake has coconut in it. Coconut and pineapple. It's like a pina colada cake.
Why I don't like it. But I tasted the coconut.
You just said you like coconut. Or are you meaning the, you don't like the pineapple?
What did you say?
So are you meaning the pineapple? Because that would make sense.
Not the pineapple.
Not the pineapple.
I said to Fox that his Bracelet tastes like coconut because I add these special ingredients.
Because you added special ingredients. Okay. Now that makes sense. Whoa, what is going on here? Banging doors and slamming things all over? So, yeah, it's really echoey in this house.
I thought Fox was gonna come me.
Why can't Fox be in here with us? He's a part of the family.
Because he's trying to capture me.
That's why you're on the safe zone. My bed. Silly. He's so funny. Yeah, you're so funny. Okay. We are almost there. About like that much. Okay, so a few more cross weaves. Okay. So we're going to take this. What did I do here? Oh, that's right. I was like, why am I going the opposite way? Okay. And we're going to take this over. Go that way. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. We're almost there. So annoying. Okay. Perfect. Let's make sure that that is relatively straight. And now we're going to finish this up. Okay. Okay. Okay, pretty much got that one set up there. That's pretty cool. Okay. So let's see how this is going to go. Okay. We did it. Not too shabby. Oh, that's so funny. So, kind of lines up. Like I said, we're going to do a coil over the top. But, yeah, got that one a little loose there. Let's adjust that. But, yeah, that's so funny. But, yeah, my creation. That's so awesome. But it did come together, so I'm happy that for the most part it flows. Okay. So we're going to take all this. Don't need that tail. Any of these. So we're going to tuck those three in, like so. Like so. Okay. All right. Grab my anvil and my little ball peen hammer. We're going to straighten this out. Okay. is our core bracelet there. Now we gotta do our weave. Before I get going, put away a bunch of my tools here real quick. Clean up my strand of beads here. Bowl here. Okay, red garnet, stanzo. Put my dragon, put jasper back on. Gotta find a container for my new bead addition, so I'll just put them in my bowl here. Yay. Get my copper out here. Okay. So now we're going to use the 21 gauge round. Now that I learned my lesson, I'll make sure we do it longer. This pattern following the 369, which is what I'm going for. We're going to do 2-hour lengths, similar to this one. So 9 crosses, and then 2 hashes. So that's my pattern. Dog, your hair, I swear to God. If I don't vacuum this shit daily, his hair is so bad. Brush him out. Huskies. Okay. So, take a base wire here. Before I get started, I should probably read my comments here. We are straightening this wire. Just about there. Okay. All right. So when you're working with these long ass wires and you're weaving, it's kind of a pain in the ass. But just being honest with you, it is what it is. But we are going to get probably about 3 inches of weave in here real quick. Okay. Again, I like to leave a little tail to hold on to. Okay, so this is going to be, I think I may have to change my camera angle here because I'm going to be off camera for a minute. Okay. So you guys are going to have a treat. You get to see me, my face on this next part. Let's see if it'll take that. Okay. So there's that. Welcome, guys. Oh, and the camera. Okay. Yeah, it happens to us all. We all make mistakes. Gosh dang it, because we're only human. So here I am. This is me, the artist. Now we get to watch me weave the rest of this. From this angle, this is what it is. But I got to sit kind of sideways because these are as long as my shoulders. Okay. So bend you, shorten it, and see how I bent it. Okay. Alrighty. So what we're doing here is getting all of my wire situated. It's super annoying because they're like spider legs. Blah. Just keep going. Come on down. Okay. The good news is that this particular weave pattern does go by pretty quick. Okay, so we are at 9. Now we're going to do our 3 all the way around. Okay. All the way around. Now, go back to our single. Okay. 2. Quick coil I got, Bobby. That's so funny. It's like, no. So the guys that I see that do they're Asians, obviously, because they're masters of like everything. But the Asian people I see that do the big, giant, elaborate wire wrap dragons and phoenixes and horses, and they stand like feet tall, just like, how do you just sit there and just create? Probably takes them a month to create, to be honest with you, but it is just incredible. Each piece that they put together, like when they're doing like the feathers of a peacock, they wire wrap each individual feather. It's just so fascinating, the intricacy and the detail, and they work with wires longer than what I'm dealing with. I'm just like, what? It's just fascinating. 2. Okay. So now we're going to do our next 3. Next 3. Now we're back to the single. So 1, 2, 3, 4, Okay. So as you can see, all this effort. Let's see, my camera's right here. All this effort for a little bit of coil. So funny. But as artisans, it's not about that. It's about the creation. It's about the process. It's about the flow. It's about like actually working so hard to get to the end of and complete it. Like there really is something divinely powerful completing a goal, completing a task, completing a project. It's just fascinating.
But I'm hungry.
You're hungry? What would you like to eat?
Well, I can't eat my chips because those are for camping.
No, but we have some raspberries and blackberries.
Blackberries.
Yeah, so you can go grab a thing of blackberries. Remember I said you can have one?
Yeah, but 2 are for camping.
Yep, that's right. One for Thursday, one for Friday. And we got raspberries for the other days. My little girl, I'll tell you what, she loves her berries and she could eat her weight in berries. So I have to like portion and ration them because let me tell you, they are expensive. Especially when they're out of season. But the goal for my homestead is to have my own berries, my own raspberry bushes, my own blackberry bushes, and I'll have my own stuff. Because I like making cheesecake, I make amazing cheesecake, and I like making it from scratch. And that includes the flavors, so my berries will be from my own garden. The sweetener will be honey made from my own garden. Like, it's just so amazing. So that's the goal I want to do. Just a little hobby, side business, because I enjoy doing cooking also, not just wire wrapping. But I absolutely love it.
Got the blackberries.
Got your blackberries? Does Fox like blackberries?
Yep.
Does Fox like blackberries? Does Fox like blackberries? You silly dog, you. No. Eleanor, your bike. I swear. It's always right where my feet are.
A little bit more. There.
Thank you. Okay. Hi, Fox. What do you want? Oh, you want some blackberries too?
He can't have fruit.
You can't have fruit?
No, because he's a dog.
Well, you gave him an apple yesterday.
Well, do you want a blackberry?
That's so funny. So my dog loves the sweet produce. So he likes carrots. He likes apples.
He won't eat it.
He won't touch pineapple though. That's the one thing. He won't touch pineapple.
He won't touch the blackberry.
Why did you give him so many?
I didn't. It just broke in half.
Oh, okay. Go eat your blackberry, Fox. That's what you're crying about. Go get it.
Get it, Fox.
He's like, no. He's looking at it like a cat that is scared of a cucumber. Okay. Yes, Fox, can I help you? Okay. Here we are getting further along. Ah, wrong one. This one. Okay. So as you can see, this is where we're at. All that work for just a little bit of wire. But we're going to keep going. I'm going to get a few inches on there so I can start wrapping it onto my bracelet here. Yeah, so excited. So we're going to finish attaching it. Okay. 2, 3.
away from me.
Okay, we are about ready to start attaching this. Super exciting, which means I'm getting progress. And a lot of this weaving is super time consuming, especially when you're doing like long strands stuff. That's a big blackberry. That's bigger than my thumb. I got big thumbs. Dude. The cool thing about wire wrapping is that every single detail that goes into a creation, it's very intentional, it's very purposeful, it's meant to be just the way it was meant to be. And I parallel that to life in a lot of ways. I parallel it with like that ability of progressing and going through our lives. Every step we take, every choice we make, every thought we have, like directs us through our life. And the reality that we're creating when we're manifesting and going about, it comes from up in here. It comes from what's in the heart. What are you feeling on the inside? And so when I'm weaving, it's so parallel how each piece that I have, because each one's intentional, sure. And even with life, I made a mistake. Oops, I messed up. I sold short, so I had to redo it again. Wasn't as pretty the next time, but we still completed it, even though I made a mistake. I stumbled, I fumbled. It is what it is. And so when I'm going through my weaves, as I'm working with this, each stitch is intentional. It's meant to be exactly where it is. So every choice we make was meant to happen in that way. Now, we choose how we want to respond. We choose how we react. That's what we actually have control over. We don't have the ability to choose the circumstance and what happens and what unfolds. We don't get to choose that. It just happens the way it does. But the choice we do have to make, the power that we actually have, is how we respond to it, our perspective, our like what we can do inside internally. And so as I weave, it's taking that step. It's the process. It's the flow. My body, it's that motion. It's that rhythm. It's just getting to it. But we're not all going to be perfect. We're not all going to be, right, in the spot that we want, need to be in or whatever. Like it just, the whole point is to be present in the moment, enjoying the experience, whatever may come. That's what it means. Like, as Christ says in the Bible, Eleanor, talking over me, but as it says in the Bible, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a child. You may enter the kingdom, going within. It's just like, it's so obvious now that I'm in my works that as I do my inner work and I work on my shadows and I work on my traumas and my past and I work on the things that trigger me, mind you, I get triggered by a lot of things. And I've been learning in my growth that I am responsible for how I am being triggered. I am not responsible for how somebody triggers me. Okay? That is a level of accountability can't comprehend. Is that if someone is triggering you or something is triggering you, you are responsible for how you respond and how you react. And when I'm weaving all of it, accountability, and I own my mistakes. It is what it is. You guys are with me. Something inside me when I made my mistake was like, just cut it off there, just end it, start over, do the whole new bracelet. I went through all the things, and I'm just like, nah, we're gonna work with what I got. I make mistakes. It is what it is. And to the average person looking at my creation, even though I know I made a mistake. The average person ain't gonna see the mistake I made. If you're looking at this now, you're like, "Where's the mistake?" But you can clearly see if you actually look at the fine detail. But that's the same with life. Sometimes we think a mistake we made is so big, and the mistake can't be forgivable. It can't be anything. But the truth of the matter is that my little one keeps making herself present. But the truth of the matter is that the only thing that can't be forgiven is the sin or the crime or the deed that you can't forgive yourself for. You can't forgive yourself for mistakes that you've made, for choices you've made, for the path that you've walked. If you can't forgive yourself for that, that is really the what traps you in your own hell, if you even want to call it a hell. Like, be honest with you, there is no hell. The only hell that's there is the one that you create in your mind. So you're running from your mistakes, you're running from your life choices, you're running from accountability, you're running from taking ownership of you. So when I'm weaving, it's that journey, it's that process. It's getting to the end. It's actually completing what I set out to do. If you're struggling with like alcoholism, okay, and you're struggling with getting a grip on your habit, okay, the real truth of the matter to overcome those addictions is to have the willpower to say that I am more than this. It's that willpower to say that I don't need this. It's the willpower to say that I am responsible for the misery I've created from this substance. They have those anonymous classes that are very helpful. Feeling validated is a big part of the healing. Being validated for your struggles that got you there in the first place. Validation is huge. Listening, it's huge. But the real, true healing that lasts forever, lasts a lifetime, comes from shifting your mind here. Loving yourself that you made a mistake. Loving yourself that, sure, maybe what drove you to abusing alcohol was because you were, abused as a child. Maybe you're following the pattern that your father or mother inflicted on you at such a young age. Okay? Just because that's how your life had been, you're exposed to and saw the negative side to alcoholism, you saw the horrors and the terror, that doesn't make it any more right for you to go and walk that same path. The corruption and chaos we're dealing with here, it's not doing the same thing over and over again. That's insanity. It's doing something different it's rising above that circumstance. It's becoming more than what you've been exposed to. If you're someone that was, assaulted sexually as a kid, it's the same thing. Statistically speaking, most people that assault people in that manner, they were a victim themselves. They were a victim at a very young age. So it stops with you. Chaos, corruption, evil stops with you. And that's the beautiful part of what we play in our life, is being able to stop it, end it. No, I will not be like my drunken dad that beat the shit out of me every single time he was angry. No, I will not be like that crazy uncle that decided to take me in a private room and have his way with me. I will not be that. Okay? I will not be a victim to the needle. I will not be a victim to the adult content that people get addicted to. I will not be a victim to that. And it's forgiving yourself that, yeah, sure, I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably shouldn't keep doing that. It's causing me so much harm. But the reality is, you got to love yourself through it. I choose today to not be that anymore. I strive today to be better than I was yesterday. And in the end, like as I do with every creation I have, we have to finish what we started. If you're starting a path of healing with whatever affliction you're dealing with, you have to finish it. You owe it to yourself to finish what you started. At some point, when you realize, man, I drink too much, man, I need to stop doing this. I create this world. Man, this makes me feel so empty inside, but I don't know why I keep doing it. It's you lack love. You lack love for yourself. Figure it out. And the way I've done it is I get to creating. I get to doing art. I get to being outside and connecting with nature, breathing, getting in the sun, taking your sunglasses off. Get that melanin going. That's the biggest stress relief and anxiety relief, is being able to calm your system, your nervous system down in a natural way. And that's by getting your feet, take those shoes off, get those feet free. Get out in the sun, breathe the air. Hug a tree if you freaking have to. I don't hug them, I touch them. I touch them, I talk to them, I thank them. People that tend to cause chaos in this world, they lack gratitude for what they do have. The people that can't get over their addictions, they lack gratitude for what they do have. They're still breathing, they're still alive, they still have their body, they still can make a choice. They can still make a choice. You may have done some messed up things. The only way to fix that is to cease doing it. It's the only way to fix the mistakes you've done, is to stop. And that's where a lot of this corruption is being exposed right now, is that finally people are being exposed. The truth is coming out, and it's crazy. It's crazy to think. It's disgusting, the things that are coming out. I'll tell you what right now, that we've been lied to. But all of that has to come to light to be healed. Every bit of darkness has to be purified to be healed so that it stops happening. And it begins with us. If you're angry about war, then why are you supporting guns so much and flexing that you need to have a weapon? Why are you flexing in so much fear that you need to protect yourself with such a harmful tool? Sure, I see the value of having a firearm. I see the value of having the means to defend yourself. I see the benefit in that. But if you're afraid, what are you doing to not be afraid? You'll find, like I have found, I don't need a gun. I know what I am. I know who I am. And if a gun is how my fate ends me in this life, I know that I will live on after that. And I'll get to come back and do this again. I'll get to try it out again. But I know that isn't in my cards. So, it is what it is. But if you're fearful of someone, harming you with a gun, you're putting that energy out there, you're only attracting that to you. You feeling fearful that you have to go to war to protect your home and protect your family. Well, yeah, it's noble, it's honorable. But you're away overseas. How are you protecting your family? The very corruption of this world lies within our own systems. But you're overseas fighting? That doesn't make any sense. You're literally fighting fire with fire. It doesn't work like that. The way we break the cycle of chaos and evil and bring peace to this world is to use water. Fight our fires with water instead of fire. And water is love. It's healing. Really. People will respond differently in this world. if they have what they need. People respond differently in this world and help one another if they know that they will receive it themselves. If they can trust their neighbor, everything changes. But this world has done a very great job. My very impressive, if I might add, to deceive the whole world into thinking that we can't trust one another. They've done a really and mighty impressive job at keeping us divided, keeping us separate, because they don't want us to know that when we come together in unity and love, it surpasses all. They don't want us to know the secrets. They use these very methods that we're teaching now against us. Now it's time to fight back. And the way we do that is get to creating, get to building. What are you doing to be different in this world? To be that change that you want to see in this world. That's how I feel. What are you doing to be that change? Because we're creator beings. We create our realities. So what are you doing right now to see the difference in the world? You know? I'm in sovereignty. I've got this little one that is devouring blackberries and raspberries like they're going out of style. But I get to be sovereign, and I get to work with her, and I get to see her smiles. I get to create. I get to enjoy the moments that I have right now because I choose to. I choose to see it this way. It's my choice how I perceive this world. So I just hope that my messages, it's kind of interesting how this all came out because I'm focused on my weaving here. But this is what I mean when I'm channeling Roxx. These impressions come to me while I'm in my flow, going with my flow, going in the flow, breathing through it, and constantly being grateful. The more gratitude I give, the more abundance I receive. The more abundance I receive, the more joy I feel. And abundance doesn't necessarily mean money either. Abundance is just having the freedom to not have to wake up to an alarm clock. I get to wake up when my body wakes up. I get to go to sleep when my body wants to sleep. I get to go outside when I want to go outside. I get to take a 2-hour break if I want to from my work. I get to do what I want to do. That, to me, is more abundance than you can put a price on. That is abundance. That's sovereignty. Being able to have that freedom to do what you need to do. Now, yes, I'm a single parent. I got work. That's why we're here today, crafting. This is what I do for a living. I create. I share my messages. I teach. I educate. I inspire. You know? I'm trying to do my part in this world to be that difference. And it starts with me. I have to be that difference. I have to be that person. And it just works. You look at a still pond, no moving water. All you need, a little pebble. Throw your pebble in the water and look at the ripple it creates. It literally goes across the whole river, that one ripple. It just takes getting started now. To be the change in the world, do it now. Be the person that you want to see in this world. And you will see. When you start just doing it for you, not for fandom, not for fame, not for clicks, not for any of that. When you just do it for you, because it feels freaking good, you'll see that more of it starts unfolding in front of you. You'll see the beauty in this world. You will see. When you align in that way, you will see. So, anyway, that message came through as I'm weaving here because I'm working on a bracelet for a man, a manly man, a man's a man's, my brother. Oh, kind of put it off so long because I've just been feeling inspired for so many things. But it's okay. We're both on our journey, and it's going to come to him at precisely the right time. Oh, that just popped in. I actually have another bracelet I need to get going. So, my next one, the next project, probably while I'm out camping, is another bracelet. But this year, we'll be outside a lot more. We'll be filming our adventures a lot more. We're going to do some more exploration. Definitely want to get into mushroom foraging and rock hounding. So that's my goal this year. Again, I want to be something more than a rat in the rat race working the 9 to 5 on a blocked schedule. That's not liberty, that's not freedom. Freedom, let the corruption happen. Those jobs, those white collar jobs, those automated jobs, those business jobs, those mechanized, no one really wants to do those for a living. No one wakes up in their childhood saying, I want to sit here and make contracts all day. I want to sit here and draft laws to tell people how to live and keep them trapped. No one grows up saying that's what I want to do in this world. People grow up saying they want to do something to help. Kids grow up saying they want to bring color. Kids grow up saying they want to bring light and love. Kids, that's what they want. So what happened? It's the system that caused them to do that. Kids don't grow up. Well, okay, so now they're saying they want to grow up and be millionaires, which, okay, me too. I want to grow up and be a millionaire too. But it's like, how are you going to get to that millionaire state? Well, when you start hearing what kids want to do, it's like, well, why can't they? Why can't they be a millionaire painting rocks with faces on them for the rest of their life? Why can't they? It's possible. It's like, it just is. And it's so beautiful. Okay, so I have enough weave to get started here for my bracelet. So we are going to start in flow. Start on this end where I messed up, so I make sure it's good. Okay. So this pattern, now that I'm here, okay, you're going to take this around the base of that. When it comes straight across, come up and over, like that. Okay. I'll show you the pattern here. But we are going to come up and over. So. Okay. Get my thread wire out of the way here. Okay. I'm going to take this here. Yeah. And like that. So, as you can see here, that's the pattern that I'm weaving. We're adding our weave there. See the design? It's the route that we're going. Like so. Okay. So now I need to do another inch worth. Okay. All right. Take that, bend that one away. Like so. Okay.
Dad, do you want a raspberry?
Would love a raspberry. Thank you for sharing.
Here, Dad.
Give me just 1 second. I gotta stop at 3 so I don't lose my count. Thank you. Mmm. Ooh.
What?
That one is extra tart, like a Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah. Dad, look at this raspberry.
Yeah. So funny.
What'd you say?
Oh, that's only 6. What am I thinking?
you don't eat raspberries. Last time I tried to give you what I didn't even eat it.
Okay. Okay. So we got, I think I got enough.
Mm.
Okay. Now I do my next loop. Strawberry jam. I love strawberry jam. Fox, what are you doing? Okay. Well, I managed to get a lot of big old bundle of jumbo here. Bumble jumbo. Okay. Alright. So any loops that you get, do not pull them tight. You'll snap your wire right in half. Just advising you, because as you're weaving and working, you do not want to break in your wire, because sometimes it kind of sucks getting it lined up properly, as we just found out in this video. Okay. Perfect. Sorry, I was all jumbled up there.
Do you want two more? There's two in here that you can have.
You can have them. Thank you for offering them to me.
I don't really want any more. I'll just save these ones for Addison.
You can't eat two more berries? There's too much. Your belly's so full.
It's not because that. I just want Allison to have two.
Well, you're so thoughtful. Thinking about Addison like that. Okay, so we got 1, 2. Yeah, I can face you now. My wires are short enough. Once my threading, my wires get short enough, I'll put my camera above again. So you can see how I finish attaching all of this together. Man, gives you an arm workout, doesn't it? Works those shoulders. Okay. Okay. Righty. Perfect. Get my hands a rest. Okay. What time is it? Where does your clock say here? Oh, we're at noon. Okay. Okay.
You just changed it.
Did I? Here. Here. I hit the top button. That skips track. Okay. So we're at 12 o'clock. So we're gonna pause for a minute. I gotta take my dog out. He's whining at me to go outside. I don't have my daughter here. So I'm gonna mute my camera for a minute, then I'll be right back. And then we're gonna finish up this bracelet. So hold on. So temp. Okay. I'll be right back. Still streaming. Eleanor. Okay, Eleanor. You gotta be quick. I'm on a live stream. I'm going out right now. I need my keys. Forgot my keys. Okay.
Let's make this quick.
And we are back. Okay, sorry for that interruption. My dog was begging me to go outside. So, we're back on track now. Okay. Yeah, normally when I do these lives, I have him taken care of. But apparently, he really needed to go again. So I took him out right before I started my video. It's only 2 hours, but should have been good. My dog, I swear, is a poop machine. 100% of the times when I take him out, I gotta clean up his poop. So obnoxious. And I take him out often. Like easily a dozen times a day. He's gonna poop a dozen times, I swear. It's so funny. Okay. Okay.
Mario Kart.
Okay. The battery's gonna die. You have to get it charged soon.
Mama.
We 222. That's where we're at. Cool. What's up, Tina? Welcome. Today I'm working on Manly Man's bracelet. So what we got is I am weaving. I'll show you here in a second. Okay. We're weaving a bracelet here. Manly Man. So we've got red garnet, mahogany obsidian, dragon's blood jasper, and then hematite. So those are the three that we're working on. So I'm finishing up the core part of this bracelet. This one was my prototype, so I'm kind of copying this style and we're going with it again. So a lot of my simple customs, unless you want to do something more elaborate like this, which let me show you the flash on that. But yeah, so I like doing these kind of bracelets because they're just amazing. However, I won't film them because they take forever to actually weave. But my simple ones that I do for a lot of people that honestly people love, I just do this design. It's like a tensor coil, so they're call these like energy bracelets in a sense because of how they're woven. They're woven like a tensor coil. It's not often I make a lot of mistakes, but this one I've made so many mistakes. It's so funny. So I'm definitely not perfect at what I do, but the end result when I'm done with it, you're not really gonna notice them like most people won't. But artists are definitely their worst critics. But I got it on film even, where I'm just like, I messed up. I didn't do it right. So I'm like, okay. And I'm just like, we're just going to go with the flow. Just going to go with the flow today. As Bob Ross says, there are no mistakes. They are just happy accidents. So, going with it today. I had a pretty powerful message come through about accountability earlier, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, Bob Ross is the best. Sad story what happened with him and his evil family, but still love his works. Okay. Stop it. Okay, we got 2 more beads to wrap around. Then we're going to secure this off and then get my loops and clasps made. And then to join it together, I do a chain link design so it can be adjustable for anybody. So today, it's just that one. Uh-oh, gotta plug it in now. Okay, so we are at 9.
about to do the book one.
You're about to jump?
We're going to do the book one.
The bump one?
Yeah, you know?
Jump over the bump?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go do something else.
Oh, shit. Totally forgot. Get my phone plugged in. My, yeah, so we're at 50% there. Cool. Alrighty, so we are crafting today. So yesterday was interesting. So I started my live creation video yesterday, and it was windy, it was gusty, it was a cold wind. There was like this blanket of gray clouds that formed after they sprayed their lines in the sky. And I was thinking, man, today just feels depressing. Said it in my last live. Today just feels kind of depressing, so it's a perfect day to create, to give love, to bring light into things. And afterwards, we had to go and get some shopping done because we're getting ready to go camping this week. Tomorrow, we're gonna head out. By the time I got home to craft again, blue skies, not a cloud in sight. It was just bright, sunny, and warm. And I went outside and I crafted, and then I made this other little pendant here yesterday. Kind of cool. This is all woven together with a similar stitch I'm doing today. That's all stitched together. So yeah, I felt like working on petrified wood yesterday. After doing this Buddha piece here, this little Buddha necklace with a white jade. Anyway, super cool. But yeah, so it started out gloomy and dreary and depressing. I was like, nope, not today. We are creating, we're bringing love and light into this world. And then by the time I got to get outside and enjoy the sun, because I didn't think that I would see the sun, it came out and all the clouds went away and it was so beautiful. And we stayed outside and played for hours. And by play, I mean I was crafting. My kids are playing. But that's like playing for me. Yeah. So it turned out beautiful. Came inside, got some dinner going. Got some dinner going for the kids. Sat down and out I went. Woke up to my daughter saying, "Dad, you gotta go to bed. You can't sleep on the couch." It's so funny. I'm ready to go to bed. Okay, so we went to bed. Oh, that little girl. Gotta have her turn down her volume. Hey, can you turn the volume down a bunch? It's so loud. Turn down to, yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. Little girl. It's so loud. Okay. So this custom creation is going to be made for a friend of mine. He was my old boss at Spudnik, but he's awakened and learning and absorbing and seeing and just all of it. He's ready. It's cool seeing his journey, kind of being a part of it too. But so this bracelet forever ago he asked me to make, and because I was in the business, in that momentum of getting my business up and off the ground, totally forgot that I had to do it for him. So I hit him up a little bit ago. I was like, "Hey, dude, let's meet up. I want to talk and hang out, reconvene as I'll get your bracelet done." And then he's like, "Well, I'm going to be out of town next week because they got spring break like my daughter does this week." But I said, "Yeah, next time we meet up, I'll have your bracelet made." So I guess the way the universe works, if I wanted to meet up with him, I needed to get the bracelet done. So here we are making the bracelet. Not that the bracelet is what's binding our friendship, but he had asked for one a while back and said I would, and it's also based on timing. It's been a minute since I've got to visit with him and his family. It was when I worked at Sputnik, it was good working with him. It's good talking with him. He's definitely been seeing some magical, mystical things. He's been definitely finding awarenesses and awakenings about things. He certainly sees the corruption that's happening in the world. And when Sputnik did all their mass layoffs, he was one of those that was affected because he worked on the weekend shift. But fortunately for him, it was a second job. It wasn't his primary. But even then, with the craziness that's been happening in this world, his primary is, that INL, so it's a government job. And that's always weird, especially when they're doing their budget evaluations and nobody can work or get paid until we work the paperwork. Just like, Okay, well, how am I going to feed my family? It's like, well, you got to wait a month. Because that logic makes perfect sense in the terms of making sure everything works for everybody, right? So funny. So it's been a rocky road for some people, but what are we doing to overcome? We're loving and we're creating, we're building. All the people I know that worked government jobs, they've all said the same thing. Yeah, some days I don't know if I'm working. And sometimes they get a paid leave of absence for whatever's happening. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm loving life. I get paid to not be here. It's amazing. So it kind of both mixed, but still, it almost seems like, I always grew up thinking that growing up with this being told that, oh, get a government job, they'll take care of you, you'll have retirement, you'll have all these things, right? Well, the people I know that work those said government jobs, it's kind of funny their perspective. The ones that are in that system. And I'm not talking like you're, just limited to like postal workers. I'm talking anyone that's on a government contract based payment. So nuclear power plants and energy sources and stuff like that. IRS 3. Okay, we are almost there. I got to jumble a wire again. So funny. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I sent them in the mail on Monday, and just the standard rate, both international and local, should be the end of this week. Super excited. Um, so I send a lot of things through USPS, the United States Postal Service, and they've been delivering 1 to 2 days quicker than their postings, which has been super nice. But, yeah, it's been. But yeah, they'll get theirs probably Friday or Saturday. I'm super excited. And I can't wait to see them wear it. When I see Jimmy wearing his on his shows, it's just like, that's so cool. When I see, well, I don't really see Tommy wear his, but he'll show me pictures occasionally, and it's so cool. So beautiful. Yeah, I think a lot of people are excited, including them, including Honey and Richard. They are so excited. And I've been, I think I'm more excited than they are. And their excitement's pretty grand. Because, oh, crazy. Yeah, the one that Brother Jimmy wears, I made that for him. Tommy Truthful, he's got one too. His is a gold sheen obsidian dragon. It's It's like the sword of your energy armor, gold sheen obsidian. So for him, bringing people to the light, revealing the truth, waking and shaking people up, to get them to do something about it. I created a talisman. It's my power talisman. But I created that for him. Just super beautiful. Hey, Steve. Yeah, it's if you get on my reels on my YouTube, go towards the bottom, you'll see it. See brother Jimmy's and Tommy's is right next to his. I got a few videos on there, and I even talk about it too. Got a couple videos with the power coil on Tommy's. Just so beautiful. And Tina, I don't think you were a part of Step in Power when I created theirs, but yeah, when I first started getting involved with Step Into Your Power, the two of them, they're like, "Hey, we want one," and that was kind of like the start of me blowing up my business. Sure, I had already been making some sales with people. I'd already been, kind of getting my business going, but I had at that time when I made theirs, I had not made up my mind about becoming sovereign. It was more like getting involved spiritually, growing spiritually, healing myself, getting through it. So, sure, I dabbled in, crystal healing at that time, but the second I joined Ascension Mastery, which is about the time that I made Tommy's and Jimmy's necklaces, was exactly what I needed to get my butt in gear, get into my sovereignty, and get to creating. Just super beautiful. But I like creating for people. Like it really is my joy. It's my passion. I love doing it. It's like my favorite. So we've got a bracelet made right here, as you can see. So we've got this creation here. Let's see if I can get my camera to illuminate on there. What we have in the middle is red garnet. We have mahogany obsidian, dragon blood jasper, and hematite. So the man's bracelet. Very masculine energy in all of this. But when I was channeling in for the guy I'm creating this for, these are the stones that popped in. So this is what's going. This bracelet design is essentially, I like to think of it like a power coil. So your tensor coils, when you get the tensor rings, they're all like coiled up and stuff. So the idea of this is kind of looking into the geometries of that. So everything's coiled in the same flow of direction, flowing in the same way. Working with copper on all of these. Gonna hide my eyes so that it focuses in right. Yeah. So now I've got my bead and my cuff going. That's the top here. So this is what we're doing. I'm remaking this bracelet. This is my prototype design. It works out great for me. But I kind of revised these to do custom ones for people so they're pieced together with a series of stones that work well for them in their healing and where they're going, what they're doing. So it's cool to be a part of it. Okay. So what we're doing is tightening this up. Making a base coil here. Okay. this here. Nope, we are going to just make that a full wrap. Okay. So we're just going to stick to doing this. So we're going to trim that one off there. Take this one here. Same thing. Okay, perfect. Okay, so there's my one eyelet. I'm going to chain link that there. One bracelet done. Now I need to do this side. Okay. So this is where we're at. Our bracelet, our looped ends, stitched together. See the flow here. Then you got the stones actually touching the skin, which is super good for the body. Then you got them visible enough to at least see. So even though I made some mistakes with this, again, I was able to tuck away everything enough so it doesn't even notice, but I filmed the mistakes, so that's how it is. That's why I'm admitting to it. But a magician doesn't tell their secrets, right? Okay. So now we get to do some chain linking. He's got a Byzantine chain link necklace that I made for him with bronze. That was the first bronze necklace I ever made. If y'all remember that one I posted, it was with a handcrafted arrowhead that I got from a friend of mine in Utah. Anyway, so he wanted a custom necklace. I did the Byzantine chain link, and that's what he got. Today, got enough loops here. Okay, so I'm going to switch my camera around. Okay. Oh, we are at 7 inches. Okay, so that's probably his bracelet size. Yeah. So we're 7 1/4. So I think this is complete then. Awesome. I like the sound of that. Okay, well, then that's simple enough. So we are at my bracelet length as I had hoped. Glad we only went with 5 inches of beads because I would have way overshot it. Just gotta, yeah. So we're at exactly 7 1/4 on wrist size. I think his wrist is a little bit smaller than mine. So I'm going to do a clasp on there, little jump rings. We're not going to do a Byzantine chain link. It's longer than I have expected. What we're going to do is add a double clasp there. And we're going to make a little hoop. Where is, here you are. This. Okay, need my snips. Okay. Alrighty, so we're going to take a wire here. And then okay, straighten my wire. Take this, I'm going to fold it in half, like so. And we're going to crimp these two together. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, linking that together. Okay. Because I like it to lock in, we're going to take this tab, we're going to fold it down probably about 15 degrees. Okay. And then instead of bending it like I typically do with my necklace clasps, so we're making essentially like this. So I do it like that normally. We are going to do it sideways a little differently for a bracelet. So it sits flat, it doesn't catch on your clothes. So we're going to take these pliers here. We're going to take this wire and go around. Take this wire to fall alongside. Okay. So as you can see, stay flat. Okay. So like so. Take this and flatten it. Okay. Okay. So as you can see, got a double loop here. Now we got to loop it, make a link for our necklet, for our bracelet, I mean. Okay. Roll that back here. So we're making an S curve like so.
Dad,
Yes.
can I have 2 slices of cheese?
I'm going to have to slice it for you, but give me a few minutes and I'll do it for you. I'm just
Okay,
about...
3 minutes.
Yeah, I am just about done. Yeah, I've been learning about the crap they put on your sliced cheese and your sprinkled cheese. Keep it from sticking together, and I'm like, screw that. I'm just going to get a block of cheese now. Slice them myself. I don't need all that extra crap. Just so I can have cheese. Like, seriously. The things they do. Okay, so we're going to link that in there like so. Then we're going to take this. Oh, I got it upside down. Back that off. Okay. Yeah, sparkles of sunshine she is. Until she becomes a Sour Patch Kid. That's so funny. Okay. So we're going to take this alongside here. Fold this copper down. Okay. Alrighty. So now we got our link on there like so. You can see what we're doing here. Then we're just going to lock that loop in there, flatten it down, and this completes my bracelet. All that weaving, man, it's such a rewarding feeling to finish something you started. And it's so amazing to do this kind of work because I'm constantly getting that dopamine hit and satisfaction of, man, that was a job well done. And I love it. It's just amazing. It's beautiful to be a part of that experience of just enjoyment, pleasure of just the smallest of kinds. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh, hi, Tracy. Yep, I am almost done, Tracy. I've been crafting the last, where are we at? 3 hours and 13 minutes. That's how long I've been taking me to craft today. But we are just about done with this custom. And this video is actually going to be kind of funny. I can't wait to rewatch it because I made so many mistakes. And I got it all on film. I was making mistakes left and right. It's so funny. But, we live and we learn. And it's just a beautiful thing to be a part of. We learn and we grow. Like I made mistakes to the point that I was about ready to give up with this video and just start over. That's what I mean by it. It was an interesting film this time around. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely feel it, Tracy. But welcome. I'm just going to snip these wires off, and this is going to basically kind of conclude my video here. We are getting ready to go camping. We're going to head out tomorrow morning. Going camping, and this time I am, well, because I get to work from home now, I get to actually go connect in nature and get soaked in the lithium hot tub pools and start creating in nature. Man, I can't wait to do this. So like I said, this summer I plan on doing a lot more camping, and it's great because we can do week-long camp trips, and I get to take my work with me. You know, we take 4-day camp trips this summer while my daughter's out of school. Get to do stuff. So that's what I plan on doing this year, is take a little workbench with me wherever I go, and we're going to go and explore and make memories while I get to work, because my business is, well, primarily online. So I create, go into town, get connected to the internet at a Starbucks because they're everywhere, and then make some sales and keep on going. Kind of even like the idea of getting a tiny home like conversion school bus or something that we just not reside anywhere. We just go wherever we want to go. Kind of like that idea. Free roaming the country, seeing everything, being a part of everything. Meeting people that are part of the Step Into Your Power community. Man, that would be so cool. Driving around, exploring, getting to know one another, seeing the world for what it is. I think that'd be amazing. And it's something I can take my kids along with. So we'll see. Whatever it is they decide to do. They want an actual home or homestead. Like, that's what I want. But I'd also like to travel. Do what I want to do. So we're going to try out the traveling thing this year. And I say travel, I mean just explore Idaho. Idaho's called the Gem State for a reason, and I want to find out why. So we're going to explore it all. Okay. Okay. Take this one down here. All right, Tracy, since you just joined on, this is what we're creating today. The original prototype of my bracelet was this one, and we are doing another one similar. So the guy that I created this with, hide my eyes, we've got the red garnet in the middle. He loved the sparkle. I'm going to put that right in the middle. So we've got red garnet here. We've got mahogany obsidian, dragon's blood jasper, and hematite in all of his bracelet here. So it's completely custom. I've just made my little clasp for it. Yeah. And so now we're going to take this, we're just going to shape and mold it. Shape and mold. Okay. Bring this around so that it'll hook. And we can kind of shape and center it. So I want my clasp right there. Okay. I want ice cream too. Maybe we'll go get a scoop of ice cream after this. Just heard my little one. I want ice cream. Such a beautiful day. We'll be outside playing. But today we're going to be getting our stuff ready to go for a camping trip. So I had to do a project today. Again, I gotta be very strict about my work schedule. I can't dawdle too much. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be too small for him. So I'm going to have to confirm size with him. And basically what will happen is I can make links to adjust it. But this is my generic one size fits all bracelet that I'll do. So the idea is to do 7 inches because most people's wrists are about that size, sometimes a little bit smaller. So I try to do one that's like 6 to 7 inches, and then I can change the length for whatever. But anyway, trying to get inventory built up on my store for by way of bracelets that are durable, hand woven, personal, but simple. So I think so. I did this one in about 3 hours. I think I can reduce my weave time down to about 2 hours per bracelet. So that's the goal, is that I can do these simple custom bracelets that I can have tuned for specific purposes, um, and just kind of generically make a bunch of these. But this is one that even my daughter can do. But it's really simple. So this is my bracelet creation design. Just looking at the details. Yeah, it's so cool. Yeah, people. I really get a lot of people complimenting this bracelet, and I tell them all the time. This was my first prototype. It's not perfect. It's flawed in so many ways, and people are like, "I want it." And then it's like, okay, well, okay. My message today was so funny because I was like, as an artist, we're the most critical judge of our work, our creations, and oftentimes when what we see as a mistake or a mishap or an oops, um, most people won't even notice it. It's just a part of what you created. So I think that's why Bob Ross's philosophy of no mistakes, just happy accidents was just, oh, that's how it was meant to be. Okay, well, that's how I did it. So yeah, this mistake I got on film. I made lots of mistakes. I had to undo some stuff. I even rewrote it. I didn't cut enough wire. Like I had to stitch in another weave because I did it wrong. So it's kind of like bound up. But all in all, you guys won't notice what I made mistakes of unless you go back and watch it. My whole life has been a happy accident. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, me too. Let me tell you, I've had so many experiences, and I think some of us builders and architects in this time right now, we were meant to go through all of those crazy experiences to prepare us for this moment right now. And truly, that's what I feel in my life, is that everything that I've done, all the careers, all the paths I've chosen, all the experiences I've had has led me to right now. Um, which again, I've been talking about the flow, the weaves, and how it parallels to life, but you spend so much time spending so much energy on one little thing. You're just like, oh, I gotta get through it, I gotta get through it, I gotta make it happen. And all of our happy accidents are along the way. Sure, some of these got 10 stitches, some of these got 9. I meant to do 9 on all of them, but whatever. It is what it is. You know, we make mistakes, but the whole journey as a whole, and that's what gets us to being where we're free and we're abundant and we're happy, is that we integrate the whole journey, not just the good things, not just the successes. It's all of it. All of it is part of it. Those times that you spent restless nights just laying there doing nothing, wondering how you're going to make it, but yet you still make it. Those nights that you're working all those buku overtime hours just to get caught up on your bills. All of that experience that you're in your life is preparing you for what you're going to do right now and the rest of your life. Every bit of it. And even as I continue on, those journeys are still preparing me to get where I need to go. And it's beautiful working and integrating the past, the future, and the present into a whole. And Honey Golden made a post in Steady Power was amazing about the butterfly's journey isn't about the butterfly. It's about the caterpillar, the chrysalis, and the butterfly all one. We're simultaneously um, merging all of that together, the past, present, future. So it's like these bracelets, when I'm weaving, these jewelries that I'm creating, it encompasses that very blueprint to going through this life, living here in this incarnation. It's integrating all of it, all the mistakes, all your flaws, everything. It's embracing what made you unique. My skill of wire wrapping, it came from experiences. I did not come out of my mom's womb kicking and screaming saying, I'm going to make pendants and work with crystals the rest of my life and I'm going to do amazing things. No, I came out here wanting to be an ambulance. Okay? An ambulance. My ambulance is symbolic and representation of helping people. I didn't want to be the paramedic. I didn't want to be anything. The ambulance itself, the vehicle, was the vehicle to helping somebody else. I saw the ambulance symbol to what my purpose was on this earth, and this was ingrained in me at a very young age. I didn't want to be somebody. I came here to do something. And for me, it was the ambulance. And so, how I'm doing it now through all of my experiences led me to creating custom jewelry. I've been a chef, I've been a mechanic, I've had aspirations to become so many things. A musician, even was on that road. I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be a jazz player. I wanted to tear it up with a saxophone and be the lead. Like there were so many things I wanted to do in my life, and I was so passionate about it. But all of that led me to making jewelry, custom for people, working with people, and helping them along their way. Like, it's just incredible. And the music, the mechanics, the electronics, every bit of my journey led me to understanding how to create metaphysical pieces that work with people. It led me to feeling like I can make a difference. It led me to connecting with such beautiful specimens from Gaia. Like, truly. Work with Parthenex and Zelda a lot lately. They truly do help with the healing process. It's super amazing working with crystals and these beings. And never in my life would I have ever imagined myself being right here, right now, with these abilities, with these impressions, with these intuitions, like working with stones. Here's my next creation we're working on, some lapis lazuli. That one popped in today when I pulled out of my random rock box, my rockle box. But yeah, I love doing this. You know, like never in my life did I think I would get an opportunity to work with white jade. Like this thing is so beautiful. But kind of the story with this is my sister that acquired it in China. She lived in China for a while. This was like her prized thing, one thing that she spent, a chunk of money on to have, but she's carried it all this long because it meant something for her. She's had it for 10 years. Didn't know what to do with it, but she had it for a reason. And it took all of my journey to come to this point and connection. I didn't know who she was before the age of 27. Like I'm coming creeping on, my age of being near 40 years experience, but you know, she had this before I even knew who he had even met her. So it's kind of crazy how it all comes together, but she knows what she can do with it. And it took me going through my journey to come to this point of, hey, I need you to wrap this for me. And I got to create something special and beautiful. So all of our journey, all of our story, all of our process, all of our path that we're going on, it's all important. Your mundane job, I hate we're going doing the grind at your job. That is just as important as me working my sovereign business. Like we all play our part. So it's so cool to be a part of that experience of just embracing who we are and what we are. To integrating our stories made us to where we're at today. And I'm proud to be here. I'm proud to be here today. I literally faced that reality of putting a gun to my head and pulling the trigger and ending my life. I faced that reality. But I had a divine intervention happen, a wake up call. Hello, you're meant to do something here. Wake up. I had it all. And I worked through a lot of anger, a lot of rage, a lot of just self-loathing that I imposed on myself. I did it to myself, all of it. All of my misery was myself. No one did it to me except me. And it took that wake-up call, that frustration of feeling like I failed at everything. And I even failed at killing myself. Like that realization I failed at literally everything was like that wake up call that shake you up and okay, let's get to work. I can fix this. I can change things. I can change my reality. It's super interesting, that part of my journey. And I talk about it like it's nothing. But I talk about it the way I do because I integrated that horror, that terror, that fear, that part of me that I didn't want to face. You know, like I was ashamed of that choice that I had made because it I talk it and I speak it because it's real. People can relate, people identify, and because I healed from it, I have no shame in that part of my life. But that experience in my life led me to being here right now. It led me to having that empathy and that compassion to truly like help people and understand them in a way that just it validates them truly. And I love that I get to express that through art now. It doesn't matter what way it comes. I've been creating everything everywhere I go. So, and that resonates, and that is the change in the world I am seeing. Now, those of you who haven't tuned into my video beforehand, this is me concluding the channeled message I had previously, but it was just amazing what comes to me, and I love doing it. So thank you all for coming along with my show and enjoying it. I'm kind of babbling now. Excuse me. But I'm ready to go continue on my day. I'm getting ready to go camping. So stay tuned for some of my postings there because it's going to be amazing. I'm going to sit there in this kind of little quaint and quiet oasis and soak up the lithium rich hot spring mineral water and just really heal. And I'm ready. I'm about time. I'm taking my crystals. I got my Zelda here. I'm going to take Unter Drogue. I got my Lionsgate. We're taking this one. Like, we're looking all of it. Yeah, thank you, Tina. What's beautiful? I showed a lot of things. My bracelet, my golden lepidolite, because this thing is beautiful. I do love this one. Golden lepidolite. So you have this form, and then here's the raw form of purple lepidolite. So it goes from this raw form. Yeah. Yeah, I do pack rocks for a trip. Yeah. So I'm going to be taking a couple of my orbs to meditate with because where we're going is super grounded, right to Gaia's heart center. Yeah. But yeah, we're taking Zelda with me to this time. I'm going to leave Parthenax. But yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, I'll have my stuff with me because it's for me it's healing. Being in nature, being connected to everything that we're doing, it's all healing, all of it. I don't care what way you identify it, it's part of your healing. It's beautiful. If you resonate with rock and roll music and jamming out and rocking hard, go do it, brother. Like, if you're into doing rapping and poetry, go do it, man. If you're into pottery, if you're into painting, if you're into anything, go do it. If it makes you feel good, go do it. And that's the beautiful part of this world we're in. You want to be the world you want to see? Do what you love doing. Stop conforming. Stop it. Do it. Sure, we can't. Some of us can't handle just dropping things. Okay, I get that, but do what you can to usher yourself out. Do what you can to get on the track where you want to be, on track with what you want to be. So, have a blessed and wonderful day. And another one I'm going to work with today, Black Moonstone. I don't know if you've seen this. The Black Moonstone has a little sheen to it. It's kind of clear, but yeah. I'm going to be taking this on my trip there because this is supposed to work with inner shadows and ego. So this one helps shed ego, helps bring up those inner demons and tendrils that you're holding on to keep you fearful. So I'm going to be working with Black Moonstone. Found a little nugget for $3.33, and I'm like, that's perfect for me. So we're going to go with that. So y'all have a wonderful day. Thanks for enjoying my show, and stay tuned. We're going to have an amazing time through the rest of this week outside. So I'll keep you all plugged in as best as I can. Till next time, keep it real, guys. Bye.